Praise God. Hallelujah. Good evening, everybody. You are welcome to the Morning Business Show. It's another good Friday again to talk about business structure, marketing, and once again is your superstar host of the Morning Business Program, Samuel Abraham. And as usual, I'm very, very excited to be doing this once again. First, you had a good day, signing off for the weekend, right? Amazing. Okay, let's try to get through our visuals for tonight's section. Yeah, just want to get the schedule. Didn't say anything before now. For those of you wondering, yeah, we use Pizella for our project, a graphic design project. Yeah, you can see so many designs, so many has been deleted, many are still very much here in our folders. So let me quickly get to the schedule for tonight's conversation. Just want to be meticulous. Could have done that already, but it's better to be crystal clear. We're talking about structure here, right? We have to lead by example. Okay, we can get it down. Good. Great. How we have been. How was work today for those of us working as staff? For those of us who own businesses, how was business today? I'm sure clients made life quite easy for you. Assuming you made sales. If you didn't, then you're in the right place. You're gonna learn how to, double your hustle, enhance your labor, so you can turn it to cash. So big shout out to everybody at this SAGC brand. Big shout out to you. Big shout out to all business owners. Big shout out to all staff of brands and organizations. Big shout out to those in the career path, right? Looking forward to pivoting to the business space. Of course, big shout out to all the regulatory bodies, ensuring businesses are existing legally and doing things within the confines of the law that guides the nations where they operate. Big shout out to myself too for being consistent. I ain't easy at all. Yeah, big shout out to God Almighty. It's been the sustainer for this movement. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Okay, guys, you're welcome to the Money Business Show announcement. So this is an education-based program, right? And basically what we do here is give you insights, foresight and insight into the business world with emphasis on structure, business structure and marketing, right? And whatever we say here is basically education based. You got to go ahead and carry out your research, carry out your due diligence. Just ensure you do your research before implementing what you learn from here. The reason being that this is a talk show and currently ascertain how you implement what you learned, and so we are not to be held liable. That's a disclaimer. We are not to be held liable for any damages that occur from what you implement. So if you want us to hold you by your hand, we have a program dedicated to that, and it's a coaching program which will be launching in February. But you can join the wait list, right? You can send a DM for the link to join the wait list, and it's called Printing the Money of Your Business. I'm very certain you want to do that. As the name implies, print the money of your business on your in there. What you're learning is full stack, big time information that you'll be held accountable to implement. Okay, that being said, for those who don't know about MB, let me read it through for you quickly. So Money Business is a weekly podcast, that brings you in-depth conversation on business and entrepreneurship. Each week we share experiences and insight on building and growing businesses with a focus on business structure and marketing techniques. All right, and we also review the best and worst performing business of the week and share lessons learned from their successes and challenges. So whether you're an entrepreneur looking for inspiration and guidance or simply interested in inner workings of successful businesses, please always tune in on Fridays to Morning Business for valuable insight and practical advice. I'm giving this clarion call again. Join us for a legendary journey through the world of business development on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Anchor, and every other podcast outlets. So this conversation is currently recorded and it will be distributed live to all those audio outlets and YouTube too. So in case you missed it or you got the Rema moment, the light bulb moment that you want to replay, you can easily have access to them in those platforms. Okay, welcome guys, and jumping straight to the reason why we're here. What are my business structure and marketing lessons for the week? Okay, I'll just share. I think I have 3. Okay, 4 actually. So first one is invest in content marketing. Content marketing. Most of us already know the meaning of content. Content is usually a display of of intellectual property. It can be in different forms, in writing, in videos, like audio visuals. It can be in graphics. It can be audio itself. Can be like full-fledged video, or it could be just basically writing. But the idea is that an intellectual property is created to drive home a message, right? And so in connecting that to marketing, content marketing, that they are using that intellectual property, to sell a service, to sell a product. So one of the finest way to solidify your stance in business with regards to your structure and marketing is that you should invest heavily on content marketing. Invest heavily on it. You need to create content that sells, content that converts. There are so many contents out there. Some are just for entertainment purposes, some are for education purposes. Of course, they have undertones of marketing to it. Some do convert and some don't convert. So I'm insisting that you spend the next 1 week investing heavily on content marketing, the content that converts, all right? Because it's when it converts prospects to clients that when you make sales. When you make sales, that when you make money, and when you make money is when you remain in business. No money, no business. So art of content creation is basically, or should I say content marketing, is the art of creating and distributing valuable, relevant, consistent intellectual property, consistent content. So while you're investing in content marketing, you must take into cognizance that this content must be valuable, must be very, very relevant, and must be consistent. You don't share content, marketing content today and wait till the other days. Keep sharing and sharing until you have hit the particular goal you have set out. Just a little deviation now. So before you start creating content for marketing purpose, you have to go back to your drawing board and write out your expectations from from that particular should I say charade now, or that particular endeavor. You want to create content for marketing purposes. So what are your expectations? If it's financial, how much are you expecting to make? Or if it's about taking people through your sales funnels to a wait list before they buy, how many people will determine when you stop creating this content? So your consistency will remain on board until you have hit that target. All right. So that takes you to the next stage of the business and so on. So, but basically what I'm saying is that you should invest heavily on content marketing this week. Okay, very, very important. You need to go out there and speak about your business, about your product or service you are selling, but do it professionally. Do it in a way that brings cash to you. That's why you have to invest in content marketing so you can convert prospects to clients. So basically my second lesson here is to build relationship with customers. I think I also read through. Third one is don't be afraid to try new things, and the fourth one is to sign up to printing the money of your business coaching program. So the second point, I said build relationship with customers. Now you have created content. You have marketed. I think that's the right way. You have marketed. Assuming that's right. So you have created the marketing content and you have showed your business to the world, showed your services, your product to the world, and a lot of people are convinced. They are now interested in patronizing you and being in your retainer. So they move from prospects to become clients or customers. Now, to take it a step further, you have to build relationship with them. This is a business structure that is because these customers are the reason you're in business. They are giving you their money so you can make sales. And from the sales, you get profit. From the profit, you enhance your business, you improve your deliveries, and of course, you make your life, general life better for those around you to make life easier. So you have to build relationship with these customers. Very, very important. And how do you do this? It's about showing care and not just to their complaints with regards to the service you offer, but to their personal life too. It doesn't really have to be very, very personal, but there should be a show of concerns on how they are doing. You know? And this could be done through phone calls, text messages, personalized emails. Humans are very emotional, so you have to take advantage of that for your own good and for that of your business, but you shouldn't go to becoming manipulative. The idea is that you are in a very good relationship with them. Not every time business or showing care that, oh, I understand that we are business, associates. You buy from me, I sell to you, but I also want to know how well you're doing. Aside the money that comes in and goes out from and the value that comes, you give me money, I give you value. How is life going generally for you? Are you doing fine? Are you having challenges where I can help out? People are very emotional, and like my friend will always say, there is the giving end of love and there's the receiving end of love. But in the world we live in, there are so many people in the receiving end, very few at the giving end. You know what I'm saying? So, as a business owner, you reaching out and building good relationship with your customers has to do with you being at the giving end of love. All right, be at that end, so they can receive. All right, it solidifies the fact that you are human. You are not just differentiate you from artificial intelligence, or should I say from robots rather. You are not just there to buy and sell. You are there to show concern. You know, extend your regards, and if possible, make life even easier for your customers. Or of course, you can also do this, making phone calls and reaching that text message just to get referrals and look for ways to help them to help to enhance the services you are rendering to them, right? But just take it a step further by engaging their personal life too. So you increase your likability factor. They know you already. I don't have to talk about that. To make a business really work out, three factors that stands out are the being known factor, the likability factor, and the trust factor. So they know you already. What I'm saying with this building relationship with customers is to increase your likability factor, and that at the end of the day enhances and solidifies the trust factor, and that makes it easy for you to carry out repeat businesses and get referrals from them through word of mouth. Okay, so you need them to be loyal to you so they can keep buying from you, right? But you can only get this done when you show concerns in their personal lives. It doesn't just look as if you're only there to get their money. And when they don't buy, you cut them off and you look for new client. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Like I said before, you must have very, very highly emotional. So tap into that for the profiting of your business. So the third point here is that you should not be afraid to try new things. So if you have not been doing this relationship thing that I just gave an insight on, please go ahead and start doing it. Show dynamism, be dynamic. Business space requires evolving of strategies and techniques every single moment, right? What worked in the 20th century is not necessarily working in the 21st century, and that's where being dynamic comes into play. That's where you trying out new things comes into play. The best that can happen is that you fail, and when you fail, you learn from it, right? And that's basically it. Try out new things. It is quite easy to be doing the same thing over and over again, but you have to realize that you are not going to get different results if you keep doing the same thing over and over again. It is not possible. I hope I'm making sense. If you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, you keep getting the same result over and over and over again. If you want a different result, you have to do things differently. That is as simple as that, right? So just go ahead and master new technologies. The artificial intelligence is taking over the business world. So many tools and all. So people are saying AI is going to take people's job, but that's not really the case. Yeah, it is those that master AI that will take jobs of those that didn't master it. So business owners that master the use of AIs to enhance their business we take clients and customers from those that didn't master it. People want efficiency and effectiveness in service delivery. At the moment, you are actually operating on a system that is better than the old. That is why people will be patronizing the old before now dealing with you. So it's easier for me to make mention of typewriters, and the computer age. Quite a very, very familiar, really comparison. People barely hang around typewriters, like those people are the type that have typewriter that work with typewriters to type. They easily go to those who have computers. They may get the same results, but the convenience, the classiness, and all, and of course the fact that it's a whole different generation entirely. It separates the typewriters from the modern computers. I'm talking about service delivery here. Those that type and print out documents and all. So likewise for this AI, the birth of AI, though it has been in existence for a while now, but it has become very rampant at the moment, and there's so many tools flying around to enhance your business delivery, from how to help you get better content to pictorials. I'm talking about visuals now, even uh, they're basically marketing tools. And how they help you from chatbots to others, helping you engage your customers. In fact, from the very onset of your business to what I'm basically trying to say is that this AI can answer your business from the first or from the lowest cadre to the highest cadre. Okay, so it is your duty as a business owner to try out new things, find out uh, how to use these tools. If it's to get trained, get trained. If you want to hire someone, go ahead and hire someone. But most importantly, is try and start implementing it. That's the new things you should not be afraid to start out. So that's basically my third business structure marketing lessons for you. Then the fourth one is that you should sign up to the printing the money of a business coaching program. In this particular coaching program, you have access to so many life-changing opportunities, information, techniques, and strategies to better off your enterprise. And we just give snippets in a money business podcast show. And so the PTMB is basically a series program. I think I'll just read it out to make it easier for us. The 6 weeks program, very, very well dedicated, to enhancing the efficiency and productivity of business owners. I hope I have it all here. Okay, I think I have. Okay, so yeah, okay, yeah, I have it. I do. So PTM is a 6 week coaching program designed specifically for active and aspiring business owners and entrepreneurs like you. Yeah, you listening to me, and of course your friends who are in business too. They may not be listening right now, but I know at least you are listening. You can reach out to them. So with practical strategies for business structure ideation, launching and management, as well as winning marketing techniques and strategies to drive sales, this program is designed to help you succeed. Nothing else. This is the result. This is the outcome you're getting. Just success. So whether you're looking to make the leap into full-time entrepreneurship or you want to supplement your income with a part-time business, PTMB has the tools and support you need to succeed. So you don't miss out on this opportunity to transform your business and achieve your goals. Sign up and join the waitlist using the link you can see on your screen. So it's bit.ly/PTMB in capital letter, then 2023. Click it and you join the waitlist. Right? Okay, so uh, that takes us to the next item on the list, business structure, marketing related news, trends, and opinions. Last week, I shared stuff about two well-doing business and the one that failed. And I finally realized that there was a glitch, a tech glitch, and people didn't get to hear it. So I'll just go ahead and share and talk about that a little before I come and talk about tonight, best performing and poor performing businesses. So for the best performing business, like I shared last week, is ZOHO. Here's the logo. Yeah, ZOHO Corporation. And ZOHO Corporation is an Indian multinational technology company and makes computer software and web-based business tools. It is best known for the online office suites that's offering ZOHO Office Suites. So what they do is that they have these tech tools that give you opportunity to operate your business in the metaverse. Currently now we're in the universe, we're existing on Earth, right? So there is this imaginary space created by the internet called the metaverse, right? And so ZOHO has tools that can help you operate there because people migrate there. We have 24 hours a day, and people spend over 14 hours of their time in the internet. That's the metaverse. So they're always there. So if you take it only makes sense for you to take a business there. And when you do, you need some infrastructures to make it, succeed. And that is what ZOHO provides. And they call it the office suites. They have everything intact. This is basically some of their products. So they have the ZOHO one that has so many tools that you can use to get that once, and you can buy for a premium fee. Let's go and read about them. Someone did a job, very, very good job on analyzing how ZOHO succeeded on Twitter, and that's Alexander Voladarsky. I hope I got that right. So let me read. Did you know that ZOHO was bootstrapped? Okay. Sridhar Vembu grew it to 80 million plus users and 1 billion revenue without ever raising a penny. That's crazy. Like it didn't go for investors, didn't go for angel investors, didn't go to get loans. He bootstrapped. What was bootstrapping? For those that don't know. So bootstrapping is you dragging your business along the line from bottom to the top, by it may be a slow progress way, but basically what you do is that you start the business, you make profits, you reinvest the profit back into the business. You keep doing that, you don't pay yourself, you don't go for any excess, any unnecessary billings. Like bootstrappers are basically people that have extra pay from a job or another business that they earn from. So what they do is that they start a business with a small cash. When the business start making profit, they reinvest the profit back. They keep doing that until the business can survive on its own. So that's bootstrapping, and that's what ZOHO founder did here. And look at what they did. In 1996, that's the founder, Vembu, and his co-founders. They used their savings to launch Advent. That was the former name of ZOHO, right? The network management startup. So they didn't pay themselves until they made $10 million plus in sales. Instead, they invested all of it in the business. As they're making profit, they reinvested. Perfect, classic bootstrappers. So, but the 2022.com, that's the internet era, the bubble from that era, reduced their customers from 150 to 3. My God, even at 150 clients, they made $10 million plus dollars. That's crazy. But their customers dropped because people pivoted and moved to the metaverse, like I was trying to say earlier. And to avoid failure, they have to pivot too. That is what entrepreneurs do. Like, one of the lessons I shared initially was that you should not be afraid to take on new tasks. You should not be afraid to be dynamic. You should not be afraid to try out new things. The customers are moving. Move with them. See why they are moving and follow them and go and learn how to serve them better. I don't know if I'm making sense. Just like you are in a community and you offer a particular service that people buy from, then suddenly everybody start moving out. Who's going to buy from you? You have to move with them, settle with them, and sell to them, right? You can actually yeah, analyze this particular update I just gave in different dimensions. But the idea is that you move to where things are happening. You don't stick around to where things are fading. You move to where things are happening. All right. So let me continue reading. So to avoid failure, they pivoted and tested different ideas. And in 2002, Advent built digital tools to help customers manage their business better. All right. Similarly, it researched and launched other products. Okay, and in 2009, Sridhar renamed Advent to ZOHO Corporation and divided the company into 3 domains: Web LMS, Manage Engine, ZOHO. I think that's just 200 grammars. So, what actually made them successful? One, clever product strategy. ZOHO runs on its software tools. They move to the metaverse and they are using their own tools that they develop to run their own brand. So they're actually a testament of the effectiveness and efficiency of what they are trying to say to you. They are not just to just speak grammars and convince you to to get in and try your luck. They're telling you that this is what we are doing, so and this is how we are using it. You too can use it and get the result that we already have. So they build all the products they need to run the company. They didn't need to go and buy and start subscribing to other people's products. They built it and they use it. They built it and they use it. Of course, to keep the business running, they will be paying like in-house payments for service rendered so they can be taking stocks of their finances, right? It's not just producing and consuming it, but producing and having it. This is why dicey. I think let me just move on so I don't confuse you. So it was smart because it's the first user of the software and will release only those that serve their needs best. So as they are testing the softwares, not just for commercial purpose, but for business needs, if it fits well into what they do, then they push it out so that's kind of take advantage of it. It's just like people that have access to information and they share. They have access to quality information, then they share. But in this case, ZOHO was selling. As they are sharing, they were selling, right? And there's nothing wrong with that anyway. So second was low cost. Those products cost $8 versus Salesforce. That's their competitors there. Salesforce was $65, and they kept their price low because they were producing what they were consuming, right? And they invested 60% of their profit was invested back on research and development. If you read closely. And so it made their life quite easier. As they were researching and developing, they found easier and faster ways, seamless way to do business. And so it kept their costs very low, unlike Salesforce and other competitors who were basically big on sales, just sell, create and sell, create and sell. They're not really into research and development. And that was why there was an issue. But that aside, so the third point is that the low labor cost. ZOHO runs ZOHO Schools, a program that trains Indian students with coding skills, then hires them. So there's the difference. The difference between the developer salary in the US and India, ZOHO is based in India, right? Is three times to five times. So it spends only about 5% of what its competitors do for marketing purposes. What? Like they know the kind of staff expertise they need, and so they invested their money in training prospects. Now after they have trained them, the prospects start working for them. My God, at a very cheap fee compared to what would have happened if they have gone to the labor market to acquire the same staff power. That is classic wisdom. I have to give it up for ZOHO there. So ZOHO self-sustainable. So it didn't chase growth at all costs, and it's no debt whatsoever, right? You said it before. They were just bootstrapping and to get to where they are currently. From day one, it prioritized profits, which has helped it fund new products and increase its revenue, making it self-reliant. Right? So why ZOHO doesn't raise money? According to Vembu, that's the founder of ZOHO, he said, it keeps us independent and building to only the customer, right? So permitting a long-term view to naturally unfold. Besides, the VCs are too exit-focused. That's an encouraged strategy for a startup. So for those that don't understand, what he's trying to say is that since they didn't have any obligation to pay back funds, pay back loans to those that give them loans, or to pay back a percentage of grants, or to pay back to investors, they were not they didn't have the stress of getting overwhelmed with activities and with desires to get debt off their back. They bootstrapped. So the ask is that they give the customers what they need per time, and the customers give them their money in return, and they reinvest that profit. So it was a very seamless situation. They were focused on the customers, delivering high value products and services, and in return, what they are getting, they were using to build what they have. This strategy is actually a very high patient-based enterprise. Of course, there are so many success stories from those that got venture capitals into their business, capitalists rather, that got grant and loans into their various startups. But ZOHO is trying to make us understand that if we can be patient enough, we can bootstrap, our startup into a very, very big corporation. And because of that, I considered them last week as the best performance in terms of business structure and marketing, and I still consider them to be. So as you see, bootstrap companies can compete with venture-backed startups and large enterprise. It only takes time, right? So why not every company can be bootstrapped due to heavy R&D? We founders should always find a way to grow by selling more. At least this is my fundraising strategy. This is Alexander Vodolewski giving his advice, and I actually agree with him, honestly speaking. R&D may be quite expensive, but if you can find a way, to be earning from a side hustle, and you have a very big a big dream about a startup, can just stick around, be raising money there, and be bootstrapping that startup. And in due time, you see it, making life easy for you, and you can easily pivot from what you are doing and come full stack to the business, just like ZOHO and the management team did. Okay, so the poor performing brand from last week is JP Morgan. It's a very big corporation. Of course, they can bounce back easily. For ZOHO, of course, I see them keep flying ahead. So before I talk about JP Morgan, so JP Morgan Chase and Co is an over 200 years old American multinational financial service company headquartered in New York City, and they are incorporated in Delaware, and is the largest bank in the United States and the world largest bank by market capitalization. Big organization, very big. And they have an asset of $2.6 trillion in investment banking, financial services for customers and small business, commercial banking, financial transactions, processing, and asset management. So they own different banks, and most of them just itemize them here. Chase Manhattan Corporation Bank, Bank One Corporation, the BS Thames Companies Incorporated, Washington Mutual Bank, Case Nove Group, Instrument, and WePay. WePay happens to be a digital banking service. That's big ups to JP Morgan Chase and Co. So what happened to JP Morgan? Around last week, they got entangled in a very, very big issue that showed how at that particular moment how disorganized they were and why businesses should should learn a lesson from that. They found a startup of course in their field of endeavor, financial services, that gave out loans to students, and the startup was called Frank. Yeah, the Frank, like FRANK, Frank. That's what I call it, Frank. So the startup obviously was doing well, and they acquired the startup for about $150 to $200 million. I can't tell, but around that figure, right? Only for them to find out later, after full purchase, like full buyout of the startup from the owner of the startup called Frank. They now realized later on that it was a fraudulent startup. That the users that made up the the database for that financial service based platform were actually fake users. What happened? The founder of Frank created Frank and went ahead to create almost 4 million fake accounts as users. So that data was enough to convince JP Morgan to go into business, purchase it, and structure Frank and print money from it in the long term, because they felt like people are patronizing and people are ready to get student loans, loans they need to meet to their basic needs, and the structure they actually aligned to the repayment structure, and the payment plan system. But the problem is that it was a fake buyer, it was a fake brand they bought out, and almost $200 million just went down the drain like that. Why did I consider them a very, should I say, worst performing business? Because they didn't pay attention. They were too disorganized. They didn't carry out research. They were so carried away by the numbers and the possibilities of that particular fintech startup could bring their way. And at the end of the day, they're going to be having serious issues in the management and the board, and that's not really good for business. When those at the lower cadre of the institution start having this wrong mindset that those at the top made such a big mistake, it kills loyalty, kills loyalty and it kills regards. It's going to be a lot of work, getting everybody back, and going through this hard time for JP Morgan. So for every small business, always carry out due diligence. Very, very important. Most times you can't do it on your own. That's why you need the services of experts, like business consultant like us. As far as even talking to lawyers, to carry out due diligence, being emotional and excited about prospective gains and all is not really the best way to go about business. You end up losing out. That's why people keep getting scammed day in, day out, because the only resource they have at that particular point in time is just excitement and fantasies. It is only when they now realize that they have been scammed, the scales fall off their eyes, and you don't want to be in that condition. JP Morgan losing almost $200 million. They can easily bounce back. Just study the evaluation over 2.6 trillion. So they can easily bounce back. What about if it's a small business? That can't easily bounce back. You may end up grounding the business for life, and both the customers, the staff working for the business, and even the business owner and the families and friends dependent on the business will have to suffer for a very long time, if not forever. So you have to be very careful, very careful, and do not play the JP Morgan style. Okay, that being said, I just quickly rush to my best performing, business this week. My God. So it is about the LVMH, that's the Louis Vuitton, brand. The founder got this and just said I should share. But this is the best performance for the week. Every business should look for ways to integrate this structure, techniques, and strategies into every enterprise you run at the moment. So what basically happened is that Bernard Arnault, he owns 75 plus luxury brands and is the richest man in the world at the moment, worth $200 billion, over that anyway. So he put all 5 of his kids in senior position at different brands. He didn't just put them there; they were trained though. Like they went through training and they were very qualified for that role. You'll find out very soon why I said that. So he's currently 73 and he's deciding which child will be his successor. That's not really what I'm trying to drive at here. I just wanted to see that someone who is very, very much intentional about the structure of the operation he runs. And that is the reason you can see that he's even the richest man at the moment. You don't get there by luck. You work hard there to get there. You have to be very structured and you have to employ strategies and techniques, even in marketing that pays and that makes that create relevance that is currently enjoying at the moment. So here's one of his son, Jim, who's 24. He's the youngest LVMH heir. I think he's youngest son, youngest offspring. And he's been director of marketing and development for Louis Vuitton's watches since 2021. That's about 2 years ago. So Jean has a master's degree in financial maths from Massachusetts Institute of Technology (MIT) and mechanical engineering from London Imperial College. Obviously, Jean is very vast. And at 24, he's already leading one of the top departments. Awesome. Alexandre, he is 30, beg your pardon, and is an executive vice president in charge of product and communications at Tiffany, one of their sub-brands at the LVMH. So he was previously CEO of luggage maker Rimowa, and that's a 900 million plus brand, and a position he held for 4 years, starting in 2016. So he was around 24 back then too, and Alexandra has a master's degree from French University, École Polytechnique, and I'm very certain he's still there in the position and he moved higher because he was delivering. Okay, if he wasn't doing well, he'll be out of that place rather. So Frederick is 28 and has been CEO of Tag Heuer. I hope I got that right. And that's a 1 billion plus brand since 2020, 2 years now. And he was previously head of strategy and digital director at the watch label, joining in 2017. And Frederick is a graduate of same school as Alessandra. Then here you have Tony, who is the head of communications and environment for the main brand, LVMH, Louis Vuitton, right? And he's the CEO of luxury menswear label Bellotti and chairman of the Italian cashmere specialist La Piana since 2013. So Tony has degrees from French Business School, INSEAD, and Canadian Business School, HEC, Montreal. These guys are well, uh, they're doing the right things at the right time and they have found themselves in the right place. That's basically the summary of it all. For Delphine, she's 47 and the oldest child and has been executive VP of Louis Vuitton since 2013 in charge of products. She's currently the CEO of Dior. She's managing the biggest here, 11 billion plus valuation brand and valuation in dollars anyway, US dollars. And she's also a member of LVMH board. So definitely graduated from French Business School and London School of Economics. So basically, you can see how structured not just the family is, but the fact that the children of sorry, I think I forgot the name of Bernard. Yeah, the children of Bernard are well placed because of the fact that they are very much in the right place at the right time, with the right experiences there to succeed at that place. This is very structured. If businesses are structured like this, it makes it easier for traditions, for visions to be carried on from generations to generations. And how would such business fail? The likelihood of that kind of business failing is very, very slim. All right. So that I think I'll just say the poor business, the poor performance. Just give a good performer now will basically be a lot of people in the Nigerian market system. Actually, the one that runs, basically those that run shops, one man system, what we call man must work, a very sole proprietorship kind of business. They run this business for years. Their children don't even know how to operate it. Don't even know what's going on there. Neither did their wife. The only thing that occurs is that they go there, say hi to daddy, and go back home. See what I'm saying? So those kind of business are not transgenerational. And the moment the founder, the who happens to be the CEO too, and who happens to be the runner of the brand dies, the business dies. The only thing that happens is that the children go there, all they do, they savage, sell to the highest bidder, and they move on. That's not the best way to go. And I hope businesses can learn from Bernard and the whole family of owners. Okay. That being said, basically, I think we have said a lot of stuff tonight already, and yeah, I hope you have learned something. I really hope you are. If you have questions, you can drop them in the comment section or address them. But if you don't, no problem. Have concerns, you can reach out anytime via DM. So that's basically it for tonight. And adverts, of course, we have so many things to talk about at the LCGSC brand, and one of them is this. So every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursdays, aside the fact that we have our talk shows, money markets, money leadership, and money business, we also send out growth stories emails on investment, leadership, and business. Like we already did for tonight, for today. I'll send out growth story email to our subscribers. You can join the you can subscribe by using this particular site, this link rather, https://saglc.substack.com. Right, so you can be receiving feature letters too. So basically, share growth stories around those three core areas, so you can use to enhance what you do, right? And aside that, we have a community for business owners and entrepreneurs. It's called the Entrepreneurs and Business Owners Assembly. And what we do there is that we support our enterprises. We pool our resources together to make each and everybody stand out. Share resources, share opportunities, and every Thursdays we use growth workshops where we have conversation on things you can do to improve your outcomes, right? Money business happens on Friday, currently going on now, right? Money market on Mondays, money leadership on Wednesdays, and Shalayi is supposed to be happening on Tuesday, but for now we are on hold. These are basically freemiums. I have our premium products that's the coaching program, and they're in three. They are basically three. We have the follow the market, is a sequel from the money market. We have the leading economies, a sequel from money leadership, and we have the printing the money for business, which is a sequel, as well rather, from the money business. So we'll be launching in February, and it's a 6 weeks long project. You can either subscribe to the 3 or to 2 or to 1, whichever one tickles your fancy. Subscribe in and be part of it. Honestly, for 6 weeks, you're going to have coaches, within your hands. You're going to have access to information. You're going to have accountability partners. You're going to have access to, to exercises that will boost your person and your business, right? I think that's the reason I think that's basically one of the factors that most people are looking at, especially entrepreneurs, right? And these are all products of the SA University that is highly, directly under the Samuel Brown Global Leadership Consultancy branch. So, like I said earlier, you have to, because we are bootstrapping and dragging this kind of, even if we have gone far and we still have a long way to go. We also have we have soft services we offer, so very, very soft services, and these services are very, very important for every business successes. If you are starting out, if you're already existing, and if you want to go far, you need these services. Trust me. So one of them is that the CAC registration, for those who operate in Nigeria. The CAC is actually an institution that is backed by government, backed by law, to get every business is registered, every associations, every both profit and non-profit register, and be legally and start existing legally as as a legal entity. So we can help you get that done. Register your association, your business, your company, and so you can legally exist and operate without fear. Then every business is in the blueprint, right? Blueprint to show you why you're doing what you're doing, or to remind you rather why you're doing what you're doing, remind you of where you're going and how to get there. That's what we call business plan, and we do proposals too, proposal writing. So in case you're interested in getting investors into your business, you need to not just give them the business plan, but to have a proposal to showing them how they can come in and what is the need for them. We also write pitch decks. So you can use that to convince those investors to just it's just once you taking an extra step to convince them to be part of what you do. Now, and aside that, to carry out professional training and consultancy for businesses, you have challenges. You want to, uh, multiply your sales, double, triple, whatever is your intention. I think we got you very much there for you. Training for your staff, for your top executives, business support and every other stuff. So we also provide services around travels too, for business, for residency, study, and travel is an avenue for you to expand your mind. As a business person, the more you travel, the more you see how businesses operate in different climes. The more you see how structured they operate, the more you see their techniques in marketing. And these things are what you can easily copy and implement in yours. And you don't just attract only those in your vicinity. You start attracting those who are even from those vicinity where that strategy is highly, highly practiced. So we are very much big on travels too, and you can reach out for that services. For those in Nigeria, it is very important you have the documents to make your travel easy. And that document is called an international passport. So you need one. Send a DM, call the number on your screen, and we are your plug to make that happen. So, guys, it has been a very, very good night, a very fantastic, eye-opening, insight-giving, uh, foresight sharing night from my end. And thank you for sticking around. Uh, Thank you so much. I honestly appreciate that. Big shout out to you all. Big shout out to business owners, entrepreneurs, to those who are on the two side in their organizing, sustaining their careers while doing business too. Those looking to pivot fully. Big shout out to you all. Big shout out to all of you listening across the globe. Currently, I found out we have listeners from 8 nations. Nine, it's nine. Right. Thank you so much. That's amazing. Amazing. Do not take that for granted at all. Big shout out to everyone at the SAGS brand. God bless you all for what you do behind the scene. Thank you so much. And yes, if you have questions, drop them in the comment section and we'll address them as I went you. Please do not forget to share the links to our podcast. Go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, click on the bell and activate notification setting so that you'll be the first to get to know when we drop every update and videos. Right? Subscribe, share, like, yeah. Have a good time. Succeed in business. God bless you. Yes, me saying good night. Big shout out to you all and bye from my end. See you next week Friday.